you doing? This is Jim Rahtz, your old man outdoors. Today we're at East Fork State Park and we're hiking the East Fork Backpack Trail. Let's get started. Before you even get to the trail, your first stop is at the park office, where you can pick up a self-issued camping permit, no cost. Also, the office is only about a quarter mile from the trailhead, so if you're not comfortable leaving your car there, the staff at the park office recommend you leave your car right here. Here we are at the actual trailhead for the East Fork Backpack Trail and also Steve Newman World Walker Perimeter Trail. We're doing the Backpack Trail today. Good size gravel parking lot, restroom, got a little bit of signage here. Straight in is the Perimeter Trail. We're going off to the right here, the red blazed Backpack Trail. Got a bit of rain yesterday, so the trail is at least starting out a little wet, though they do have a nice boardwalk to get you at least a little bit above the mud starting out. Less than a quarter mile in, first intersection well marked. We want to take the backpacking trail to the right. About 4/10 of a mile in, come up to a creek crossing. Trail's been very easy to follow so far. Red painted markings on the trees, red blazes on the trees. Real pretty creek crossing. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure it would be very easy to keep your feet dry. Just under 2 miles in, a unmarked intersection goes off to the right. You'll want to go left and continue to follow the official trail. You'll know it because it's marked. See the red blaze, the blue is the Buckeye Trail runs along here, and the yellow is a bike trail. If you need a place to sit, very handily chopped out of a big log here. And if all your friends want to sit with you, you've got a nice spot right along the trail to all gather around, have a snack. Kind of an interesting spot here. Two options as far as the backpack trail. Kind of go around the valley or a fairly steep drop down into the creek. I'll go straight on the way out, and if I think of it, I'll come back the other way. It's a little interesting. If you look at the sign, it says the red trail for bikes, turn left, and then if you look down the trail after turning left just a little ways, it says no bikes. So somebody ought to take a hard look at that. Anyhow, I'm going straight at the intersection. 2.5 miles, we're back where the that shortcut cuts back in from the left. Frankly, there's some unmarked bike trails on the longer route. Makes it a little bit confusing. If I was going to pick one single route to take at that first intersection, I would have turned left, dropped down the hill, and saved a little time and saved a little aggravation. 2 3/4 miles in, we have a road crossing. A little over 3 1/4 miles in, come to a second road crossing. If you look to your left, you can see the East Fork Lake Beach down there. Just about 4 miles in, you've got a decision to make. If you've had enough and you want to go camping soon, about a half mile off to the right is camp number 1. If you want to keep hoofing it for a while, you're about halfway to camp number 2. We'll go check out camp number 1. Trail back to Camp 1 is the first significant, really sloppy stretch I've come across. So far, it hasn't been too terrible yet. Haven't needed the swim goggles or anything. Made it to Camp 1. Does have a little shelter here if you don't want to bother with a tent. A little bit reminiscent of an AT shelter. I've got a fire ring here. Plenty of flat spots in the area to throw a tent down. Nice little mosquito breeding pool right here. Got a 2-holer here. Neither one looks great, but certainly usable, I suppose. Looks like somebody was camping here last night. In fact, it's a nice flat spot for some tents, and they didn't bother to put their fire out, so I'll go check that out here in a minute. Pretty little woodland pond runs right along the trail, and we're actually still, probably can't see it through the brush, but still pretty close to the lake. A little bit of confusion. These down trees don't help you at all. The trail actually runs where these down trees are. You kind of turn left here. Apparently somebody's brought some equipment down at some point to work on it, but you kind of bear left. There is some signage here, and as you cross this creek, you see the green, which is the other backpacking trail in the park, the Steve Newman World Walker Trail. They come together here, but we are going to turn left back down the same creek we just walked up. So once you look around a little bit, it becomes fairly obvious. A lot of people have just been skipping the whole intersection, crossing the creek right there. Not exactly the Riviera, but 6 3/4 or 5 3/4 if you didn't go to first camp. Got a little bit of a beach down here if you want to relax on the lake shore. You get to the beginning of the lollipop end of the backpack trail. Going to Camp 2, you can go right or left. You'll end up there either way. I am going to go left. We'll be staying a little closer to the lake, at least at first. Trail has gotten a little rougher of late, but still very, very enjoyable hike. Like I said, we're about 6 3/4 in. Add a mile to that if you camped at Camp 1. A little over 7 miles in. Very pretty little gorge here. And I expect a fairly significant climb to get back out of here. Power companies basically just stripped the whole area, left nothing left of where the trail was. However, if you continue uphill pretty much straight across, you can spot a red blaze on the far end of the destruction. The backpack trail continues on back up that hill. Looks fairly substantial, but we are at the intersection with Camp 2, so we're going to take the side trail, go take a look at Camp 2. Maybe a 1/10 of a mile past the intersection with World Walker Trail, you make it to Camp 2. Another 2-holer there that could use a little help. Place to hang your packs. We've got what looks to be 2 shelters up here. Here's the first one that looks a lot like Camp 1. Nice little fire ring in front. Some benches over there. All in all, not really a bad spot. Plenty of flat areas to throw a tent down, even back into there. So, good spot to end your day. Not counting going to Camp 1, you've spent just maybe a little over 8 miles to get here. down from the camp back onto the backpack trail loop. Immediately starts with one of your steeper climbs of the entire trail. I think the trail goes this way. About 9.5 miles in, back to the intersection, the end of the loop. So from here on out, I'm just going to be walking back the same trail I came out to the loop on. So unless something exciting happens, I'm going to spare you the details, and the video will be ending soon. Well, obviously nothing too exciting happened. We're just about done here. That'll be about a 17-mile hike if you take in the campsites. You skip those, you're probably a hair less than 16. Overall, a great day out in the woods. Trails are well maintained, well designed. Camping areas may be a little disappointing, but really happy with the walk today. Beautiful spring day. And that'll do it from East Fork Backpack Trail. In the meantime, take care and keep hiking.